For you, the president.
What? That's Not Why You Called. Hosted by Lefty. I deserve to be blown. Dr. Chiz. What? Your chance. Thursday, 7 p.m. Central. It's That's Not Why You Called.
And here we go.
Welcome, everybody, to That's Not Why You Called, episode 21. The Dos Uno. 21. Right? 20 is 20, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Or denominations of 20. It is 20, and it's also denominations of 20. Anyway, welcome. That's Not Why You Called, episode 21. Welcome to all of you watching on Twitch. Hello in the chat. If you're watching on YouTube, hi. Hit that like button. We're live on twitch.tv. If you're watching this on YouTube and you usually watch live shows, you're like, hey, I never see it anymore. Well, that's because we're live streaming on Twitch now. That's our new live home. That's the only place you can find it. We've got an exclusive contract. Twitch was like, hey, you bring that show over here. I'm just kidding. They have no idea that we do this. But still, you can, and you can come on over to twitch.tv/lefty643. And it's a good time, and that's where the live version of That's Not Why You Called is. That's where it resides. A lot of you will notice that Chiz is either not here or he's sitting in the dark. He's not here. Chiz has the worst luck ever. Like, I swear to God. Because, well, first of all, he almost got kicked off the show, the second show, when his internet didn't allow him to make it aboard, and I questioned his commitment 2 shows in, and I almost kicked him off. But Chiz is having internet issues. It's not DDoS or anything like that. He's having there's a widespread outage in his ISP, in his area from his ISP. They're having big issues. If he gets internet back, he's going to Katie. I'm echoing again. If he gets internet back, we're going to continue the show. But for right now, it's just Katie and I, and in that spirit, we're probably only going to go for an hour. We were kind of struggling for topics a little bit, and this gives us a little bit. This allows us to keep the show more action packed than if we had tried to stretch everything into 2 hours, especially with just Katie and myself flying the ship, and Katie's doing the producing, and I'm doing the hosting. So.
Yeah.
So, and only an hour today, but hey, that means more, that means less time, but that means more action, and that means you should hit the like button, and if you're watching on Twitch, that means you should also hit the follow button, because you'll be notified every time I start live streaming.
Yep.
You can also get in touch with the show via Twitter, #TNWYC. Katie, you just need to mute your mic, because I'm echoing again.
Really?
Yes, I tell you, it's the Google Hangout that does it.
I can barely hear you in my headset.
No, it's the Google... the Google Talk plugin is changing the sensitivity of your microphone. That's what it's doing.
No, I'm just saying that my volume.
I know.
Is like barely there.
Turning
so I'll
me
just
down
mute
isn't turning me down isn't going to change anything. You got to go and you got to edit some registry file or something. It's some really crap, like we were talking about before the pre-stream. Which, by the way, we have a pre-stream now. If you're watching this on YouTube, or pre-show, because there is no such thing as a pre-stream. If there's a stream, either there is or there is not. There is no there is a before the stream when there's nothing on. There's no, I can't stream and call it a pre-stream because it is a stream. Sorry, I have to argue semantics sometimes. It's a tick. And we start the show a little bit early, or we start streaming a little bit early, and it's a chance for you to come on out, hang out, and be a little bit more. It's like unplugged. It's unplugged versions. A lot of musicians do that. Where they unplugged, where they use only acoustic instruments. I always took it literally. Because I remember in music class in like 5th grade, I want to say, there was we were learning from a music book, or we were learning a set of songs, and it was around Christmas time. It was this time of the year, and it was called Santa Unplugged, and it was all Christmas carols to the tune of acoustic music, acoustic guitars, piano, all that stuff. And I was like, wait a minute, if it's unplugged, how is Santa recording this? Because microphones require electricity. That's bullshit, Santa. I'm calling bullshit on your unplugged album because you're recording it. If I'm hearing it, that means you recorded it, and that requires electricity. So, bleh. So even in 5th grade, I was a semantic penis. I was just arguing and just being a dick. But that was bullshit, though. It's Santa, right, Katie? Santa can't be. You can't record anything unplugged. It's not the way it works.
You can't. I don't.
You need electricity, and so if you're unplugged, you can't record it. Anyway, where was I going with that?
Where were you going with that?
I don't know.
Neither was I.
I got lost. I lost track of what
That
I was
happens.
what I was talking about. That's not why you called. That's what we do. But yeah, that's somebody in the chat says that's not why you called. The greatest hits unplugged. Yeah, it'll just be a video of like a black screen, no sound. That's it. Unplugged. It's just bad. Off. Done. But what was I saying? Hashtag GNWIC. I was talking about. I was like, Chiz isn't here. Oh! It was the pre-stream. That's what I was talking about.
Oh, okay.
Got it. Yes. Don't you love when you do that? When you're talking about something and you forget about it, and it becomes like a thing. It's like,
Yeah.
I want to figure out. I want to remember what the hell I was trying to say, because you end up down this path, and then when you figure it out, it's the best. Like one of the best feelings when you accomplish something, especially a feat in your own mind. You're like, oh man, I can't. I don't know, and then you figure it out. You're like, yes. Yeah. So we do a pre-show. So come on out. It's usually about half hour before the scheduled 7 p.m. Central Time of the show. We go live on twitch.tv/lefty643, and we just talk. We chat with you. If I get a subscribe button, which I'm going to be applying for at the end of the month, if we get a subscribe button, we're going to it's going to be like a subscriber only thing. If that's a thing. Excuse me, sorry.
Oh, the
subscriber only pre-show.
Yeah.
Which means it's not that you can't watch it if you're not a subscriber, but in order to, like, if we take questions from the chat or interact with the chat is subscriber only. I should make that clear. You can watch it just fine. You don't have to be a subscriber to watch. You would have to be a subscriber to chat and
not interact.
Right, and to interact.
And that's it.
But I think I would want to wait to make sure, like, because if like one person like if I get a sub button, like, yeah, you can subscribe $4.99 a month, and you get all this cool stuff. You get a special emoticons that you can use in the chat. You get a cool icon next to your name, and everybody knows who you are in the stream. Blah blah blah. You get access to subscriber only stream or subscriber only chat modes and giveaways and stuff like that. And then like one person subscribes. Like one guy, and so for a month when I do subscriber only stuff, it's just one dude and Nightbot.
That would be interesting. That would make things
I think
interesting.
mods can supersede.
Can
Let me
they?
know in the chat,
pretty-
everybody, if you're. I'm pretty sure mods don't have to be subscribers; they can supersede the subscriber only.
That would make sense.
Right? Because
Because you have to have.
That's the whole point of moderators, right?
Yeah.
Unless. So great, I'm gonna have to buy
I mean,
subscriptions
people
for
are
all
saying,
my mods.
yeah, they can.
Yeah, they can. Okay, that would make sense. But so we will eventually. It will hopefully, fingers crossed, it'll get to the point where I have enough subscribers on Twitch that I can just that I can make it. The pre-show, the interaction in the chat, subscriber only. So there will be incentives to do that. But yeah, coming out before the show, about a half hour, where we talk about stuff, and we peel back the curtain a little bit on the show. You get to see us in our raw form. But as I was saying during the pre-show, it's a Google thing. The thing with your microphone.
I know the sensitivity is with Google. It's just even on Skype and on Google before, all I would have to do is just turn down my speakers so it wouldn't pick it up. And I literally was at the bottom. I turned it back up a little bit, but I could barely hear you.
Yeah. I will what probably happened is, did you get a Windows update in the last few days? I think you should have. They released a
Probably.
new update for Windows 7. That defaulted a lot of settings. Thankfully, it hasn't done it to mine. Actually, let me check right now. Let me make sure that it hasn't done it to mine. No, we go to View, and then we go to Recording Devices, You go to microphone, right click, properties, and the levels. Okay, so it's not changing. Google, the Google Talk plugin, and for those of you, if you're ever in Google Hangouts and somebody just gets really loud for no reason, or your microphone, everybody complains about your microphone volume. The reason usually is that there's a plugin. The Google Talk plugin is wonky. It tries its best to do some silence detection thing, but it doesn't work. And so when you're silent and somebody else is talking, it turns up your microphone for some reason, like all the way to 100. So if you have your microphone set, if your microphone's either really sensitive or if you're like me where you're running your microphone through a board and so the board handles the or the amplification of the microphone and you don't need windows to apply a lot of juice to it for it to, for sound quality. If that's your setup, that can really screw with it, and that really messes with it. So, and it's this whole thing. You got to get a registry editor, and then you got to go in, find the specific Google Talk registry, and change a value in some text file. It's stupid. Google does a lot of cool things, like just their engineering feats with Google Maps, Google Street View, Google Glass, all that cool stuff. Like they're good at the nuts and bolts engineering where it doesn't have to be like polished or everybody uses it and it's a hub for people. They're really good at like the infrastructure behind things and the mechanics. But like Google Plus and Google Hangouts, like their attempts at social media and social networking are awful.
Yep.
So Google Plus sucks. Google Plus.
I don't think I've ever even used Google Plus.
It's nothing. It's nothing. It's not a thing. They try to act like people use it. Nobody uses it. You use it because people have Google Plus accounts because it comes with Gmail. Again, that's a perfect example. That dichotomy. Gmail is the perfect utilitarian email service, and now they're trying to change it with all this social bullshit because they're like, use fucking Google Plus because we invested money in it. But Gmail is perfect. It works. Its spam filtering is good. Saving drafts, all this stuff. If your internet cuts out or you accidentally close out a window, it auto saves. It's great, but they tie it to Google Plus, and Google Plus is awful. It's just it serves no purpose. It doesn't work, and now they're trying to force it on YouTube users because Google's got the shiny new toy in YouTube, and they're like, "Oh, this is a perfect place to freaking just jam and wedge in our failed social network." Yeah, so. And it's obvious, and on that note, I am sick of that frickin' notification. I'm sick of it.
My account is linked to it because it just makes it easier to switch between stuff, but
I hate it.
You can't, so.
I can't. Because it's like, no.
Right.
And because I'm scared, my big worry is that if I link with this, because Google's new thing is that when you create a YouTube account, especially with Gmail, it does it under your... under your Google Plus account. And and your youtube.com/URL is just some number. It's just some random gobbledygook of numbers and letters. No longer, or it's a lot harder now to get specific URLs like youtube.com/leftplays or whatever. Mm-hmm. And it's really hard to do that. So I'm scared that if I try to link with Google,
I don't think it would change it.
It might. That's what I'm scared of because I don't want to. My branding is bad enough as it is. Like it's bad enough. I don't need to be like, yeah, youtube.com/leftyox. Maybe you'll get there. I don't know. So
that would be funny though.
No, it wouldn't. It would kill my bit. My business is already bad. I don't need to put a bullet in its brain. Like it's already got like Parkinson's. I don't need to just execute it. It's gonna. I mean, So, Google, just stop. Just stop. Do your thing with the Wi-Fi balloons, and you're gonna bring internet to everybody. And again, Google Fiber. Again, the nuts and bolts. You don't need to be a polished user interface. It's just a thing. Mm-hmm. So again, a great thing you do that. Just stop trying to. You're not a social network. You're never going to be a social network because people already have a social network and they're falling away from the one they use. First, it was MySpace. Then MySpace got uncool. Then Facebook was really popular. Now people, it's like fucking Facebook. Just let Twitter. Twitter is the next in line. It's not Google Plus. Let Twitter have its heyday. I don't know what's after Twitter. I don't know. Maybe by then, there will be a new form of interacting over the internet where social networks aren't really.
Well, there's Vine. Vine is recent.
Vine, yeah, Vine is Twitter.
It's growing.
And then Vine, Google Plus is way down the list. Google, so
I don't even think it would be on the list.
let it go. But I know what they're doing with Google Plus and YouTube. They're trying to control comments by making people, because Google Plus, they want you to use your real name, and then if they apply it to YouTube comments, it's just the idea. It's the Facebook effect, where Wings of Redemption says on Twitter a lot. He's like, man, I love using Facebook because people are identified by their names, and they are less likely to talk like mad shit and say crazy things, especially because other people can see it.
The anonymity is taken away.
Right. And we're talking about like family members. There's actual accountability here, because if, little 14-year-old Johnny goes on there and calls Wings a fat fuck that needs to go kill himself, well, then his mother might see it. And his mom, hopefully, unless his mother's a cunt, will hopefully dole out a little bit of justice. So that's the idea as applied to YouTube. But it's just, no, just let it go. Find another way. How about like Twitch, how about I can add moderators that can ban people? And how about you make a decent chat? I don't know. It's just, it sucks having to, there's notifications everywhere, and I just don't want to. Why can't I do what I like and not be compelled to do other bullshit? Why can't I just make a YouTube account and watch videos or upload videos? Why do I have to be now connected through 6 different ways to everything? Connect your Facebook, your Reddit, your blah blah blah, and why can't I just be like, no, I don't want to do that. I just don't. And there's nothing wrong with that. I don't want to do this. I don't. I'm sorry. Why should I have to be just like the Xbox One and the whole Kinect fallout? I don't want a Kinect.
Right.
I don't want to have to use it. I just don't. I don't want to have it connected. Why? Because I don't. On top of the obvious security concerns.
Mm-hmm.
But why is that a problem? Why can't it just be like, okay, yeah. Google, I can't get rid of these notifications for use real comments or new comments and blah 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 blah. And it's bright red, like it's like your hair. And I'm like, oh my god, I don't want to do it.
Oh, so you don't like my hair, huh?
No, I do like your hair, but I don't like it when it's a gigantic bar over videos that I'm trying to watch. At least make it an ad. If it's a gigantic red ad, okay, somebody's making money from something. This is just Google trying to save bullshit by forcing it on people. I don't want that. Like everybody, you want to do something, you got to make an account for this. Some bullshit account. I bought Tropico 4, and I had to make an account for it. Why? Mm-hmm. I don't want to make an account. I just want to play this game. That's all. Uplay does it. We talk about this a lot. Every game now has their own, every developer and publisher now has their own stupid client that they force on people.
Right.
I don't want to use Uplay. I like Steam. I bought the game on Steam. Let me play it on Steam. Why do I have to open up Uplay to play a game that I bought on Steam? That doesn't make any sense. I don't want to make an account. I don't want to have to remember another email and password combination. I don't.
Mm-hmm.
Why do you force that on people? It's stupid. And that incentivizes people to use the same login information for all their stuff.
Yeah.
Which is stupid. I don't know. It's the modern age, I guess. I feel like an old man when I talk like that. But you know what? I don't care. I don't want to have to do things. I feel that there are certain things that I'm compelled to do that I think are bullshit. I shouldn't have to do all these things. I don't want to. Especially because there was a time when YouTube, you just created an account and you just watched videos. You didn't have to use Google Plus or any other shit. I want to create an email account with Gmail and not have to create a fucking social network profile. I just want email. I don't care about fucking talking to people or finding my friends. I couldn't care less. Why can't I just use email? Fuck. You look like you're pondering something.
Huh?
You look like you're pondering something.
I'm just trying to connect why they would connect everything together.
I don't know.
And I'm assuming it probably has to do with, I don't know.
You know what I think it has to do with? It's a circle jerk. That's all it is. I think that's not all it is. I think that's a lot of it. People talk a lot about the Reddit circle jerk and the hive mind and stuff, and just and just synergism in general. The idea of things coming together to create larger things that have a momentum of their own.
Right.
And those things just keep going. And that's true on aggregate voting sites like Reddit. But I think it's true everywhere. It's true in everywhere. It's true in every human interaction. Is there any reason to believe that a collection of humans in one place is really all that different from a collection of humans on the internet in Reddit? Why should they be any different? The idea of, somebody says something that's popular, that rings true with a lot of people, and so that is, proliferated a lot, that notion. And a lot of people like, oh, yeah, and then it builds, and then it's its own thing. And then you have to justify the thing that you just, so you got to keep it going. Why should that be any different outside of Reddit or voting aggregate voting sites? Why should it be any different? Why does Congress have to be? Congress probably isn't evil. Congress people, politicians, they're not inherently evil. Some of them are. I mean, but then you get into psychological stuff. But just the collection that is Congress, they're not evil, and they probably want to do good things. They want to help. Mm-hmm. They want to make the country the best it can be. But Congress is the only people Congress really talks to, in the professional sense. That is their version of Reddit, and so they are in this thing, and now they're talking, and then from that comes a synergism of, this thing percolates to the top, and then it grows and grows and grows, and now we got to keep it going. And then eventually you create a bureaucracy, and then you have to justify that bureaucracy. In Blazing Saddles, I believe it's Mel Brooks, right? Mel Brooks, Blazing Saddles. Katie, look it up.
Okay.
I think it's got to be Mel Brooks, right? For some reason, no.
Mel Brooks, yeah.
Yeah, it's Mel Brooks. Mel Brooks plays the governor, and there's that scene where everybody's harumph, and then everybody he's the lead dog, and everybody, all his guys, they all have to harumph, and then he gets a letter from Rock Ridge, and they said, blah blah blah, townspeople murdered, sheriff murdered, et cetera, and this is an outrage, and they'd spent the whole time setting it up that it's just it's bullshit. He's getting a blowy under the desk from his secretary or whatever, and they're all playing with ping pong paddles. But he stands up and he says, "We've got to protect our phony baloney jobs, gentlemen. Harumph." And that was the bit. And I always found that really interesting because, well, yeah, it's a joke, but is it really? I mean, if you're a congressman, if you do anything, we're talking about Congress specifically here, but if you do anything, you're going to want to protect it. You're going to want to keep it going. You're going to try to justify your existence, justify your salary, justify your title, justify your prestige. You want to justify it all. You can't allow the people to think that you've got a phony baloney job because maybe you do. Mm-hmm. So they have congressmen have to protect this idea that they're not phony baloney. So what do? They just legislate. Got to legislate everything. Mm-hmm. They really are trying to help. They really are not evil people, but their justification, the synergism of the idea of being a professional politician, they have to justify that and protect the prestige and all the things that go with it. And so, legislate. I've got to legislate. It's important. And it's like, well, wait a minute. Hold on. Just stop. Just be, if you don't sign in this new project for $1 billion, doesn't mean all of a sudden people are going to see that you're a phony baloney bullshit political shyster. You're still going to be a professional politician. You're still going to be voted in by your constituents. That's still going to be true. Google. Why does Google or YouTube, which is owned by Google, so it's essentially talking
Right.
about the same thing. Why do they change things all the time? They change things and break their own site. Sub boxes don't work. The private messaging system doesn't work. Blah, 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 blah. A lot of it probably is because they feel they need to do something. We have to justify, well, we're Google. Better. It can always be better. Better, 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 better. We're Google. We make things better. Well, let's make YouTube better today because we're Google and we have to live up to that image. So let's just go in and start putzing around and make YouTube better. Well, then you break things. Google and Google employees and engineers are really smart people that are trying to help, and maybe they got a lot of great ideas.
Mm-hmm.
But they're putzing around with things that don't really need to be fixed because, not because they're evil or they want to screw with their partner or YouTube partners or whatever. They need to justify their own existence.
Right.
Police aren't evil. I saw the UC Davis.
Not all police are evil.
Not all police are evil. I mean, they're, again, just like with any social group, there's psychopaths and sociopaths who carry a badge and a gun. But the UC Davis cop that pepper sprayed students, and you remember that image? There were a bunch of protesters just sitting on the quad, nonviolent, passive resistance.
Right.
And he just walked up and down the line with a big ass can of pepper spray and was spraying all of them. That cop got a $38,000 settlement from the city or from the university, I think, just now. On top of the fact that he was paid $120,000 a year at the time, and then he just now got a $38,000 settlement, something like that, for damages inflicted upon him in the aftermath of that. Because his phone number, address got out. He had to move a bunch of times. Of course, the internet wreaked havoc on him.
Right.
Cops like that, or just that image of authority, the idea of, how to stop and frisk become a thing. How does the TSA, another authoritative agency, how does the TSA justify to itself, patting down grandmas and little children and people in wheelchairs and patting them down and subjecting them to dangerous low-wave radiation that is intended to bounce off of particles of your body, which is not good, which is opposite from an X-ray, which is meant to go through you. That's the idea. And why? How do they justify it? They're got to be evil, but maybe they're not really evil. Of course, there probably are evil ones, but maybe they have to. We are the Transportation and Safety Administration, and we need to keep people safe. We want to keep people safe, so we're going to try. But we are the people. There's no oversight. We are the people, so we are going to. There's a synergism, and well, what's safer than metal detectors? Well, body scanners. Okay. Yeah, let's do that. They don't do it because it's evil. They probably do it, a lot of it, because it's a natural occurrence of their own circle jerk. Because they sit around all day charged with keeping people safe, not with upholding and preserving and protecting, defending the Constitution. They're a separate agency. They're not necessarily evil. So I think that is a lot of things that I know we started talking about Google, and now I'm talking about the TSA and just Congress people and then groups of humans. But I think, right? I think that's a good. I think that constitutes a large portion of why you seem to perceive weird things. Like, why would you do that? Why would YouTube all of a sudden just decide to go in and start kicking over, infrastructure so that their YouTube partners, the people that they steal the mobile advertising from, the people that drive the mobile advertising that they take all of, why would they do that? And they can't really want to, because it's unless they either are crazy, legitimately crazy, or there's something else. And so why do they have to be different than Reddit? I don't think they are. I think it's just a natural occurrence of
right.
Of people. It's a thing. Things get out of control, out of hand. I think that happens. I think that's what it is. Bam. Story time with Lefty. I just taught you something. But I don't know. Maybe that's not it. Maybe that's a thing. Maybe that's like a common thing, like a known phenomena. Maybe
Are we
that's
doing
been
breaks?
studied. No, not today.
No, okay. I didn't think so, but
No
just
breaks.
wanted to make sure.
Unless I really got to pee or poop. Unless that beef lo mein comes back with a vengeance.
I hope it does.
Why are you so mad about beef lo mein?
Because I want it.
What?
I want some. I'm
so
hungry.
go get some.
But I'm lazy.
Well, then don't complain.
I'm going to.
But wait. You know what you want. It's within reach, and it is perfectly obtainable.
Right.
Readily obtainable, even. Because you've got the car, you've got money. You know where the place is. You don't have to go on some quest or journey or odyssey to find Chinese food.
If it makes any sense, the Chinese place by me I've never been to, so I don't know if it's even good.
Oh, come on.
I don't, or else I would have gone.
But if it's there for the taking, or getting, not taking, because that would be stealing. If it's there for the taking and you won't do it, then you don't get to complain about me having beef lo mein and you not.
I just don't like it when we're in Skype call and you're eating it and like slurping it while I'm sitting here like.
Oh, the perfect beef lo mein. You get the egg noodle. You get like a clump of egg noodle. You get a mushroom or two. A saute. Do they saute it? Steamed probably. You get a steamed mushroom or two, and then a nice, not a big chunk of beef, but just a decent sized chunk of the beef, part of the beef lo mein. Oh, that is the perfect bite to take from a beef lo mein dish. Right there. It's beautiful. It's succulent and juicy and sweet. Not sweet, but it's awesome.
You're so mean. Because I still haven't eaten dinner, so I'm hungry.
Oh, so then eat.
I'm not going to do it right now.
Eat on the show. I don't care.
No, I care. I'm not
right.
going to. Unprofessional.
Yeah. Like we give a shit about professional. Chiz isn't even here on his birthday. He was so excited for episode 21.
Yep. He had a
was
big
going to
thing
be
about
21.
it.
And by the way, it's Chiz's birthday. Everybody go, and he's having a bad day. So here's what I want. I want everybody to go to @Dr. Chiz on Twitter. And if you're watching this on YouTube, it's not Chiz's birthday anymore, but you can still wish him a happy belated birthday if you haven't. But I want you to go to this Twitter address. I'm putting it in the chat. http:// twitter.com.
Can we just make a click to tweet?
Dr. Chiz. No. I want everything to be
want people
personalized.
Okay.
I want everybody to go there to Dr. Chiz and wish him a happy birthday. Everybody go do that because he's feeling a little bit down. He really was excited about the idea of the 21st show being on his 21st birthday. And he can't do it again because of the ISP issues he's having. So go cheer him up. Make him feel all good and warm and fuzzy inside. And tell him he's kicked off the show for not appearing again. I'm just kidding. Don't tell him that. Don't tell him that. Don't tell him that. That's unnecessarily mean because he's not kicked off the show. So.
On his birthday.
Yeah. But,
people are going to do it anyways, you know.
Yeah, I know. But at least I will have record where I initially posed it as a joke and then I immediately said, don't do that. It's a joke. It's just so. But yeah, he was really excited for that, but he can't do it. Can't make it. Sucks.
I'm surprised, like, that I knew he was really excited about it because of last week. So I was surprised he didn't get on his phone or anything for a little bit about it.
Well, because when he's on his phone, he's probably on Wi-Fi.
Yeah, well.
Can you imagine trying to do, like, data? Come on.
For a minute or two, it probably wouldn't be all that bad.
I don't know. He's got other things.
And it's towards the end of the month. Like, he's worrying about data anyways. A couple weeks, he'll have the next month's rolling through. So, probably no biggie. Anyways.
That sucks. Poor guy. I wanted him on here because I wanted to talk about the Yodi Slayer. Is that apparently how you say it?
Yeah.
See, I always thought it was Yod Slayer. I don't know. Anyway, it's not.
He says it on his channel, Yodi Slayer.
It's not the proper time. Okay, so it's Yodi Slayer show deference to the man. It's because he knew him. He knew Yodi Slayer. Yodi Slayer is the really 500,000 subscribers plus.
Almost 600.
Yeah, he died. Really tragic, and Chiz knew him. So I'm not going to talk about the guy because I don't know, and I don't want to get in the way of people that are actually bereaved that knew him. I know Wicked Shrapnel did a really heart-touching or heartwarming video about his good friend who passed away. But I just want to bring it up. I want to talk about how do people feel. I want to know how you feel, not about you deal with if you knew the man, if you're a fan of his content, you deal with that on your own, in your own way, however you want. I mean, I don't want to try to marginalize it in any way, but I just want to know, how do you feel? What does it feel like to have somebody that you were, because I think that people in the YouTube community have a sort of, regardless of whether it's actually a thing, I think they feel a closer kinship with the people that they follow on YouTube, the people that they enjoy, more so than they do like if you like Brad Pitt's movies or whatever.
Right.
You don't know, like you wouldn't be like, oh man, I know all about Brad Pitt, or maybe you do, but that's weird. But you don't really know him. But
right.
With a YouTuber, a lot of them involve you, the viewers, in their lives, and you know things about them. You know their name and their alias or their moniker, their internet handle. When they're going through good times, when they're going through bad times, and they've shared experiences with you, and they've connected with you on a more human level, probably than you connect with the likes of, Brad Pitt, Leonardo DiCaprio, whatever, movie stars, or any other celebrity, athletes, whatever. And so, what is it like? Having that knowing that person that you have a closer kinship with, and you sort of looked up to in a certain sense, or went to for entertainment on some level. What is it like knowing now that they're gone? Is that I don't know. I don't know what that's like, because it's not like you're not losing a family member, unless it was a family member, but at the same time, it's not like you didn't know the person, and it's not like you had this.
Oh.
Hold on.
Hey, look, it's the phone.
Oh, it's the phone.
Hi.
Happy birthday!
Ah.
Happy birthday!
Happy
I'm gonna do
birthday.
this. Thank you. Let's see. Fuck it. What's up?
Not much. We were just talking about Yodi Slayer.
What'd you say?
I was just talking about how because I didn't really know. I didn't know him. I don't think I ever spoke to him. But you did, and I didn't really want to get in the way of people actually dealing with his death on a personal level. But I was just wondering what it's like to have people, to have a YouTuber, which I think is a different level of understanding, not a friendship per se, but a different sort of relationship than you would have with somebody else probably in the entertainment world.
It seems more personal.
Yeah, it's more personal, but it's not as personal. And I'm just wondering, what is that like to have that gone now, or to have that person? Not like you can't watch YouTube anymore, but what is it like to see that person gone, and to know that, because you didn't see him go, but to know that person is gone. I wonder, is that a really tough thing to deal with? Is it? I don't know.
Are you asking me or just people?
Right? No.
general?
I was just asking people in
People in
general to give
general.
me their thoughts. But what are
Yeah,
your
that's what I
thoughts?
thought.
I mean, because you knew him. So did you want to say?
Yodi was a really good guy. He was a pretty decent friend. He wasn't. I didn't talk to him as frequently as I do with you or Woody or somebody else, but I'd known him for like a year and a half. He was one of the first people to watch my first ever video because I posted it on an achievement website, and that was before he started doing videos, so he knew me way back. But it's just so weird that I'll never talk to that person again. Like, it's like I just talked to them maybe a couple weeks ago, and it's just a weird feeling knowing I can't hit this person up. I'm never gonna I'm never gonna talk to them again. It's just weird. But I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. I feel like it's different. Like, that one I forget her name, the makeup girl died about a month ago.
You see,
I didn't really feel anything there.
right, because I didn't know her, and that's you know,
Right.
and I don't think you could really get on anybody for not feeling, not. I mean, obviously, you know, nobody's really pounding their chest that Yodi died or this girl had died, but you know, just being like it's a non-issue to me because I have no. I mean, people die every day that I have no
Right.
cognitive awareness of. I have no awareness of this person, but so that was kind of different for me because I was like, oh well, she died and that's awful, you know, and it sucks that she had found a way to help herself and to help other people through YouTube, but and I can connect with it on that level, but I didn't know her or
Right.
anything about her. But this was a lot closer in that it was a regular upload kind of guy in our little corner of YouTube, for lack of a better word.
Yeah, it's definitely a different thing. But that's, you know, it's not even a YouTube thing. If some actor or actress dies, it's like, oh, I kind of seen them in these things. That sucks, you know, that's unfortunate. But, like, George Carlin dies and it's the end of the world, you know. It's
Right.
just how close you are to that person, proximity, and how much, not care, but relate to them, you know.
It sucks, you know. It's obviously
sucks.
It died, you know. He wasn't. Died
There are
before
other
his
people
time.
who would have. There are other people that should have gone way before him. He was not a shit starter. Nobody really had problems with him. He was a good dude. Had 2 kids. So that sucks.
Yeah.
That's that was awful. You know, and I looked. It was surreal for me because I looked at his. I would like look at his Twitter, and not the picture of him, but his tweets, and realizing it was macabre in a way. I was just like, this is surreal, and so yeah.
It was weird. His Skype flipped on yesterday at like 11 p.m. Like it was already on, and I think someone might be at his computer. It flipped on again. I'm like, that's weird. Little.
So I hope I don't know. I know some people were organizing good things for the family that has survived or survived by whatever the terminology is. So hopefully that takes off and hopefully they remember their dad in a fond way and remember their loved one in a fond way. And,
I like to think they went out happy. You know, you got to think there was alcohol involved. They were driving. They were probably having a good time. So, you know, and they didn't suffer, you know. So it's unfortunate, but at least no one was pinned under a train waiting to die for like 3 hours. They, you know, I'm being a little optimistic about a bad situation, but they were
Right.
probably in a happier state when they went away.
yeah. And you know, I saw some people getting, you know, some people show their ass in times like this. You know, they take it as an opportunity to just, you know, trolling at the lowest level. You know, it's like just running around calling people nigger and being like, "Ha, I troll you." But you know, just because, and the other thing, just because people say the police said there was alcohol involved. I don't know if there's been subsequent reports on the blood alcohol content of
I haven't
of the
seen that yet.
passengers. But just because there's blood alcohol content involved doesn't mean there was a DUI. Because I know he had got
Right.
people said he had gotten a DUI earlier, like a couple months ago or something. But just because that doesn't mean that he was DUI or the driver was DUI. I mean,
Right.
and this gets into a larger topic that, you know, a lot of the statistics that you see about drunk driving in America, I don't know about the rest of the world, but in America, we've got this group called Mothers Against Drunk Driving, MAD, and they are one of the primary driving forces between all the like how serious it is considered to be DUI. So when you get a DUI, that is serious shit. That's why there's a zero tolerance on DUI in America. If you're under 21, you get an immediate suspension of your license. Like it's big, and really expensive. And one of the big reasons behind that is Mothers Against Drunk Driving, and they and their constituents like to tout all these about how really, really dangerous it is to even have a sip of alcohol and drive, or to have alcohol anywhere near a motor vehicle in operation. It's like, well, a lot of those statistics you see in terms of how much alcohol is involved or much more likely you are to be in an accident if there is alcohol involved. Alcohol involved doesn't mean drunk. It doesn't even mean legally drunk. If there were empties in the car, and it's reported, part of the police report, that in this accident there were empties involved. There were empties in the car. Alcohol is involved. If there
or they had gone to the store and just picked something up.
If there are empties in the car that got hit, not the instigating driver. If there are empties in the car that got hit, alcohol was involved. If the driver that got hit, again, if you're just minding your own business, if you're drunk as a skunk, stopped at a stoplight, and some guy just comes, rear ends you doing the speed limit, and then they find out you're DUI. First of all, you're in deep shit because you're DUI. But that goes down as an accident caused by DUI.
Mm-hmm.
That's how bullshit like a lot of these statistics are, or not bullshit, because operating a motor vehicle while inebriated isn't very smart. Your reaction time is slowed, and you don't have all your faculties. There we go. And you're out of whack, and it's dangerous. But the idea of how prevalent it is and how dangerous it is and blah 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 blah, a lot of that is skewed. And just utter bullshit. So
I saw one video he got taken down. I'd missed it. I asked what it was about, and it was, now that he's gone, there is more place for other YouTubers to come up now that someone has been knocked off the top.
Ugh.
And I was like, wow.
How do you make that video?
Nice.
Like, what goes through your head? I mean, obviously you're being a jackass, but what goes through your head that, oh yeah, people won't harp on this and try to get it taken down? Like, what do you think is going to happen? I mean, this is a community where you get screamed at if your thumbnails are too similar to some other person whom you don't know ever.
Right.
How do you think they're going to react to this? You idiot.
So that's all you have to do, guys. Just start mafioso type. Start knocking people off the top. That's why you called. It's gonna be big. Just gotta get rid of all those PKA hoes. All those PKA hoes.
I thought you said PKA hoes. I was like, what? but yeah, it's really sad. Really sad. I can't feel bad for him because he's dead. So me feeling bad for him isn't going to solve anything. But I hope his family turns out all right, or can pick up the pieces and move on in a certain sense. And then, if you're really affected by this, I wish you the best in getting through it. If you knew Yodi Slaya and you're a fan of his content, because it's a sad story. But on to your birthday. What's the first liquor purchase?
Yeah.
I saw you tweet that. That was a gift, you said.
Yeah. Well, I didn't. Why am I going to go buy something?
That's the whole point. That's the whole point.
This is good for a while.
I understand, but go buy
you can now buy
go buy a beer. That's the whole point of turning 21. Not because pretty much everybody's had alcohol before they turn 21. So
I'll go out later.
But I mean, that buying the first beer and it's really not about buying it. Like, you could just change your mind at the counter. It's about getting carded. That's the whole point. You want something to be like, can I see your ID? And you're like, fucking yes, you can.
I don't want that. My ID is fucked because it was going to expire on today.
Yeah,
my old one that I got when I was 17, right? So I went to renew it beforehand. Well, when I did that, they issued me a new one, and they renewed it, but it has the thing on it that says turns 21 here, do not serve alcohol or whatever. Like, they had issued a renew before my 21st birthday, so it's all fucked up. And it's also, since it's California, they did this the year after I got my driver's license. If you're under 21, they give you a vertical license.
Oh yeah, they did that in Illinois too.
Yeah, and I don't want that, so I'm gonna get a new one. I'm gonna say I lost both.
You're gonna pay the fee.
I'm gonna pay the $20 just for the fucking horizontal one without the stupid shit, because it looks like crap, the vertical one. I put it in my wallet.
But you can still get served with a vertical license. I mean, some places
can still get served, yeah, if they read it. But some people are dicks and they just look at it, they see the red thing, and no, look at the birthday.
Mm-hmm.
Birthday. 21 now. Thank
You know, I got denied on my 21st birthday at a bar. I was like,
Yeah.
Are you serious? I like, are you like, look at the birthday on the license. Like, look at that. That's me. Like,
Do
I
math,
mean,
bitch.
do we dispute that it's me on this license? No. Okay. Do you see the date on the license? Well, yeah. What day is today? That day. Ta-da! And he's
So
like,
what's
I'm
the
sorry.
problem here?
I'm sorry, we don't serve vertical licenses. I'm like, well, fuck you. I said it. I'm like, fuck you and fuck your shitty bar. And I walked out. My friends were there watching the All-Star game or the Home Run Derby or something. I was like, fuck you and fuck your shitty bar. And walked out. That's bullshit. So what
That
is
is
going to be the
bullshit.
first liquor purchase?
I don't know. I'll go to the bar and see what I want.
A beer?
Probably just a beer, yeah. Not going to get a Jaeger bomb. It's weird.
Do people still do Jaeger bombs?
Yeah, the young hip kids do. Sorry, old fart.
Oh, well. I'm not that old. Katie, tell him.
He's not.
Yeah. Jerk.
I'm not a jerk.
I said jerks. Not you,
But
Katie.
she-
You
What did I
defended
do?
me. Not you.
He said
Then
jerk.
who's... But use the plural.
You and everybody else that calls me old.
Oh,
Well, yeah, they're jerks.
That's what I'm
yeah.
talking about.
Assholes.
Fucking douchebags. But
Yeah, fuck them.
yeah, just have fun. Stay safe on your birthday. Drink responsibly. What?
No.
I've got to say that. I'm
No.
legally obligated.
I'm going to walk.
that.
I'm going to jaywalk in the street. Open container. Slapping people.
Nice.
I'm going
That's
to break
perfect.
all the laws.
That's
Mhm.
perfect. That's a
Yes.
perfect response.
And fuck Comcast.
Fuck Comcast. Yeah, do you have any special words for
Comcast.
Comcast now? 'Cause
Yeah.
I was trying to
fuck
tell
you.
everybody how excited you were at, 21st show on your 21st birthday.
It couldn't have been better.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not even drinking right now. I'm just mad. 'Cause I wanted to do the show. I even hit you up. I'm like, what are we going to talk about?
Yeah, you did. You were so excited. And I made sure, even though I was hungover or am hungover today after drinking last night with my old man, I was like, I'm gonna do the show today. I am not going to cancel because
Well, now I feel
Chiz is all
bad.
excited. No, it's a joke. I
Because
had
you
to.
don't feel well.
No, I'm fine. It was a joke. I mean, I
Are you
was a little
fine?
bit this morning because I had some wine after I got back too.
Some.
Some.
Some?
Yeah. Leave it.
Is that all you? Just some?
That's it. Yeah.
Just a pint
And
of wine.
a cask of Amontillado.
You're
Wait,
way too gay.
Can I buy Amontillado? I always wondered that. Can I buy like a cask of Amontillado? Or not a cask, a bottle? Can I do that? Katie, look it up. Can I buy it? Because I just want to have it just to see what it's all about.
Do what now?
They wrote a story, Amontillado. Remember, it's Edgar Allan Poe, right? The Cask of Amontillado. This guy gets this other guy drunk, and it's really funny because
Yeah, I've read it.
right, and they're walking down into this guy's huge wine cellar apparently because the whole conversation walking down the stairs takes like
So you want to see if they actually have a month?
is Amontillado a thing? And the guy's like, "Oh, I'm getting cold," and the other guy's like, "Oh yeah, fine. Oh, a cold? I know what to do with that. Here's a bottle of wine. Drink that." Like what? No understanding of how the immune system works.
Yeah.
Fucking, but find out.
Immune
about
system.
Indeed.
Amontillado. What?
Immune system.
Yeah. What, Katie?
From what I'm seeing, you can get
Nice.
a bottle.
Yeah. And then he gets him
Of
drunk
what?
and he takes him downstairs.
They're all types though, all different, and they're really. There's one as cheap as $10,
Sweet. I'm gonna get Amontillado, and I'm gonna
but
feel
there's
cultured.
other ones that's like 45.
And then he builds a wall. What a cruel way to kill somebody. Is like, I'm just going to build this wall around you,
Suck.
and you're going to die in there. Because whatever.
What are we talking about?
The Cask of Amontillado, the Edgar Allan Poe story.
Edgar Allan Poe.
Oh.
What a psycho that guy was. But yeah,
No,
happy
he was
birthday.
cool.
Did you see all the tweets I had people send you?
I did, and I'm glad they stopped as soon as I decided to get on here. Otherwise, my phone would be buzzing. So it was timed perfectly. I was gonna I listened to the show for half a second because the phone started to blow up. So I'm like, it's probably him. I started listening to Katie's like, well, he was so excited. I figured he would have got on his phone, and I'm like, okay, all right. I'll get on my
Wow, so
phone
you viewed
right
it as
now.
Katie throwing down the gauntlet, huh?
She's like, he was so excited. I figured he would have got on his phone. I'm like,
Wow.
I'll get on my phone then.
All right.
It's just
Ta-da.
100 degrees, but I'm doing it.
Well, there you go.
We're good. I'm here.
We can extend the show.
Queer.
We'll extend the show another half hour, I guess, because we can talk about
So,
that.
how long have you been live? Because I got an email 30
Uh,
minutes ago, 40 minutes ago.
we went.
We were maybe about 5 minutes late or so.
Oh.
Well, in starting the actual show, the stream has been live since 6:50 my time, 6:55.
7:52 my time.
Yeah, so
Weird. You started the hangout early too.
yeah. Well, I had to hold up on things because I had to go to New Zealand really quick to do something
Something.
because
You went to what?
I went to New Zealand really quick. New Zealand.
Today's the 24th.
Tomorrow's October 25th. Batman Arkham Origins is released on October 25th.
Ah.
It's
okay.
already October 25th in New Zealand.
I figured that after the. It wasn't a very subtle hint. I got that though. Are you excited for that?
Yeah, I've already got about 2 hours in the can. The first episode.
Oh, I get what you did. Now you did the thing you said you were in Steam.
I don't know. I don't know what you're talking about. I just had to go to New Zealand, and I'm back now, so we're good to go.
That's the nice thing about coming back from New Zealand. You actually gain time when you come back.
Yeah, you gain a day. I went back in time.
Back in time.
Yes. Huey Lewis and the News, one of the greatest songs. Tell me, doctor, where are we going this time? Do, do, do. Is it the 50s or 1999? Great song.
Go on.
So yeah, it's
Go on.
You'll enjoy it. Have you played Arkham Asylum, Arkham City?
I've played 4 hours, 5 hours of Arkham Asylum.
What'd you think? Did you like it?
I like it. It's fun. I think the story's good. I haven't finished it, obviously, and that was in July or August.
No.
But yeah, but
You'll dig
why are they
Arkham
releasing
Origins.
on Friday?
What's that?
Why are they releasing on Friday?
I think they want to. I don't think they want to compete with Assassin's Creed and Battlefield 4.
Do those come out Tuesday?
The 29th, yeah. You're the Assassin's Creed 4 guy. I was going to leave that LP all up to you if you wanted to stream that. I wasn't even going to touch it.
Doesn't Battlefield 4 come out on the new consoles though?
It will be released on the new consoles, yeah.
Okay. That's a thing. Not into that.
Yeah, but Assassin's Creed 4 Black Flag is on Tuesday. I thought you were going to stream all that.
I don't know. Is he gonna? I don't know.
Well,
I
let me
don't
know
wanna
because then
get it.
if not, I can buy it and do a Let's Play of it.
Get it, yeah. Go do your thing. I'm not stopping you. I don't know where I want to get it because I'd prefer to get it on PC, but Ubisoft games suck ass on the computer.
Yeah.
And all those Assassin's Creed games require a controller, too, which I can do, but they play like the DRM hasn't been good when it comes to those Assassin's Creed games. So I don't know. But you're GTA 5 guy. You don't stream anything else. I don't know what you're talking about.
Starting Friday. By the way, I wanted to touch on this. Batman Arkham Origins is going to be released all day. I am going to be live streaming Batman Arkham Origins. So on Friday, you get off school, you take a lunch, whatever, call in sick. If you take off work to play it or whatever, pop open a laptop or a PC and watch me stream it while you play. All
So
day.
are you gonna do videos, or are you
October
streaming
25th.
it only?
I'm gonna stream it, and then the videos are going to be uploaded as a Let's Play.
So you've already started it though. So are you gonna go back?
I don't know what you're talking about. I haven't started anything. I admit to nothing.
But you're a time traveler, so
But
at some point in the future,
were I to have progress already made in a game that has yet to be released, and I'm going to and I wanted to do a Let's Play, I would probably restart the game. I'd just start over, and then And then for YouTube, I'd only upload, past the point that I had played to and recorded already. If that were
Should that be a real situation?
yeah, if that is to ever come about, that's how I would probably handle it.
Okay, interesting. Not okay.
So everybody hit that follow button, GTA. Batman
Wow.
Arkham Origins. You see, I'm working on it. You see, I that's the thing. I'm worried that I'm only going to be a Grand Theft Auto guy, and it
You
sucks.
won't.
And it's cool. I mean,
told you.
what you told me what?
You need to just do whatever you want now.
Yeah.
Before you are too big and you're pigeonholed yourself into GTA 5 guy. That's you right now. You're GTA 5
Hey,
guy.
there's 500 people in here watching a damn podcast.
Guess who's on the podcast? GTA 5 guy. You.
So we'll see.
Batman tomorrow.
Batman tomorrow /
And
today
Saturday.
if you're watching on YouTube. If it's like October 25th when you're watching this on YouTube, probably streaming Batman Arkham Origins. You should come hang out. Twitch.tv/Lefty643.
Twitch.tv/Lefty643. Formerly known as GTA 5 guy.
Formerly known as GTA 5 guy. I'm gonna get a shirt that says that.
Do it.
So you're all good on your birthday? No birthday blues?
Well, I don't have fucking internet. That's a problem. I can't do anything.
Yeah, but
I'm getting sleepy,
crack open that Jack Daniels.
and then I'll just sleep.
Mhm.
I'll just sleep. I'm already sleepy. There's nothing to do. I have no entertainment whatsoever. You can only play with your pen for so many hours at a time.
Oh, and that's right, because all your Steam games are lost because your PC isn't recognizing your
Steam?
hard drive.
Xbox digital ones, and I don't want to. My Xbox isn't even hooked up right now. I unplugged it to move some shit. It's not plugged in. I got my laptop finally. I can't do anything. I can't even set that up for work purposes yet because I don't have internet. I can't do anything.
What are you gonna do about
Yeah.
your hard drive? That's weird that it's not recognizing it.
I don't. It did it to me when I moved to Texas and I shipped everything over, and it took a while to get it back. I don't know. I don't know. I'll plug it into another SATA cable or something.
You should try that.
It sucks. There's so many programs on there. I didn't realize. I went to go do something in Photoshop today, and there's like 1,700 icons on my desktop that have the white backdrop with like the old school Microsoft 95 window on it that means there's nothing to open this file with. So I don't have
Oh.
Photoshop. I don't have anything.
Mhm.
I just have DxStory and things I use on the daily. I don't know.
That sucks.
I haven't been recording, so I could just put it all on my new Black Caviar. Western Digital sponsorship.
Oh my god!
Hook us up.
Because I have both. I have a Seagate and a Western Digital in my PC.
So
Oh my
you
God,
get-
the Western Digital is so much better. Although I think part of the problem is that my Seagate makes noise, and I don't think I have it screwed in properly, like all the way into the.
That could be an issue.
Because whenever it spins up, like whenever the hard drive, because my operating system is on a solid state drive, so when I have to access something on the drive, it's not always spun up. So when it spins up, it starts to spin. I can tell that it's spinning up, and then there's like a shutter. It's like, grrr, and it sounds like it's the hard drive rattling in the thing because of the centripetal.
Is your hard drive really a Chevy Big Block? My hard drive doesn't make that noise.
I think it's because I think I talked about it before, and somebody said that that's probably it's just not like one of the screws came loose or something. It's just rattling a little bit.
Gotcha.
Because if that was just like something grinding on the physical disc, I don't think I would be able to read from it. I think that would be broken.
I don't think so. It's not a record player.
We could, right at that point, we could classify it as broken.
Only at that point.
Only at that point. Like, oh shit, there's a big ass groove file in this thing. I guess it's probably broken. You're not saving that.
Perhaps. So what's new with you guys?
Not much. What is new? Been live streaming a lot. That's a lot of fun.
Mm-hmm.
GTA Online. Should get it.
Battlefield 3. It's pretty much my life lately.
Yeah, Katie discovered Battlefield 3. for some reason. How long have you had the game? 4 months?
Since July.
Wow.
The thing
If it makes
is,
you feel any better, I've had it for
I
like a
didn't
year.
enjoy it when I really, really sucked at it.
It's
And now
about
I'm getting
the
decent,
next one is
I'm
about
enjoying
to
it.
come out. You realize the next one is like a couple days away.
Okay. I can get that one too.
Okay, all right. I'm just
And it'll take her 8 months until she really gets into Battlefield 4.
right.
I just had to like get used to the key bindings and everything.
Gotcha. I haven't played it once. I got it off the free SimCity thing.
Mm-hmm.
I haven't touched it. Not once. Lefty say get it. I got it. But they were playing the end DLC or whatever.
I
Whatever
got
that Viet Cong bullshit was.
Viet Cong. What are you talking about?
I don't know.
That's
Whatever
Battlefield,
the
that's it. Battlefield Bad Company 2.
Yeah, and that was a great game.
It was. You should play
Fantastic
that.
game.
Oh wait, no, you can't because it's not on your hard drive anymore.
And I have no internet.
There's a funny story the other day. I was streaming Arkham Asylum just to prove to myself that I could stream a Batman game on my PC and record at the same time. So I started streaming, and I started the game. I started the stream, and then I'm like, okay, I'm going to start the local recording now, just as a test. I wasn't going to upload it or anything. And then all of a sudden, my CPU usage jumps to 99%. I'm like, what is going on? Like, why isn't it? And so I stopped it, and I turned down all the graphical settings. I turned down, changed the priority of the Arkham Asylum.exe in the task manager. I'm like, and it's still 99%. And then I realized, and then somebody's like, but yeah, when you're streaming, it looks so smooth. It's so awesome. And then I look, I'm like, am I streaming in 60 FPS? Yeah, I was. I was streaming in 60 frames per second. So not only was I trying to play the game at 60 plus frames per second and stream the game at 60 frames per second, I was also trying to concurrently record the game at 60 frames per second. And
That's too much.
My CPU is, I know, I don't do that.
I'm surprised it didn't explode.
So I'm a big dummy head sometimes.
Well, you said it, not me.
Yeah. All right.
I'm happy my computer doesn't freeze anymore.
What do you think it was?
It was totally a SATA cable.
Oh,
Given
that's
that
right.
one of my drives isn't looking up right now, it's totally a SATA cable.
Well, then get
My
another
SSD
one.
is just floating right now. It's like I didn't even screw it back into a tray. It's just floating against my case. That's the nice thing about an SSD. There's no moving parts. I can just fuck it, throw it in the back.
But why not just screw it down? What's the point?
I didn't want to, in fear that it would pull the cable out because it comes through the case, through the back, and then it's bent at an L. So it's better just to float it. And it doesn't like snap. It doesn't snap into my SSD. When I put it in any of the other hard drives, it has a metal prong on the SATA cable. When you push it in, it makes a very satisfying click. This one doesn't. It just kind of goes and like slides in. So I don't want it to get loose and come out like a penis.
All right.
Yeah.
Okay.
You should go get drunk.
I will later.
So go. You go. You don't go. You don't have internet. You don't have porn. What are you gonna do?
You're my porn.
I'm your ear porn. But that's it. I'm not. You know.
Don't doubt yourself. Look at that hairline.
I got to get a haircut. I need. So this is gonna have to change.
No, you don't. You need bangs. Bangs.
Bangs. Bang bang. Cactus Jack.
Bang, bang,
All right.
bang, bang.
Well, I'm sorry that, and I want it to be known that I specifically told people not to tell you that you were kicked off the show.
That's so
For not
nice
being
of you.
able to make it. I joked about it.
I
I made the
would've jumped
joke,
off a
but
bridge on my birthday. Had that happened, a man can only be threatened so many times until he just walks into the freeway.
Well, but I've realized that at this point I can never actually kick you off the show because every time you're just gonna be like, whatever, fucking asshole, you're just joking. Like, that joke is so lame.
Yeah.
Like, no, dude, like, go.
The first time it scared me, and I was upset. I was like, wow, he sounds so fucking serious in this video. And don't think, it's not just me, because you turned so many haters onto me that time. I was like, he was so convincing. Everybody hates me now.
Mm-hmm.
Good job, Lefty.
Nobody should hate Chiz. They should
Except
hate
Hutch.
Comcast.
And yeah, hey Comcast. It's their fault that this is not a 2-hour show. It's their fault I'm not drinking. It's their fault Saddam Hussein is still alive.
But he's not still alive.
He's still alive.
He's dead. What
Prove
is he?
it.
What is he with Tupac?
Yeah, exactly.
Him and Tupac are on some Caribbean island.
They show up every 5 years.
Mm-hmm.
Like Mother Teresa.
To do what? What do they do? If they've got enough money to live on an island in seclusion, I don't think they need. What do they need? Supplies? Like, oh, we gotta go. Crap, we're out of toilet paper again. Damn it, Saddam.
We're out of 6-packs. Go to the 7-Eleven.
Who's also that? Yeah, they also claim that Biggie's actually still alive.
Biggie. Oh, good. I think that'll happen to Snoop when he dies.
Snoop,
Snoop will always be
Snoop
around.
Lion,
People
Snoop.
light up.
What's his new one?
It's
Snoopzilla.
Snoopzilla.
What? He changed it a third
Yeah.
time?
Yeah.
That's smoking entirely too much pot. Like, you
Why
smoke
is it-
entirely
okay.
too much pot. If
I
that's-
forget what the reasoning was to go from dog to lion, but it kind of made sense in his own fucked up head. What is the reasoning to go from lion to Zilla?
because you smoke way too much marijuana.
Does it have anything to do with the new Godzilla movie coming out?
Yeah, he's in it.
He's the
It's
protagonist.
the ultimate, like, it's the ultimate marketing ploy ever. You're gonna change
the whole movie was about him just smoking in a giant RV
Mm-hmm.
or fucking touring bus, and Godzilla's fucking walking through the stage. He's like, yo, I'm
No,
just
it's an RV.
smoking.
It's the next Breaking Bad. It's about marijuana this time.
And for some reason, they're growing in an RV.
Yeah.
Snoopzilla.
I
Somebody
don't know
figure
what
that one out.
Zilla has to do with it, but
Mozilla Firefox.
mm-hmm.
Maybe it's a sponsorship deal.
7 Days of Funk.
What?
What?
I don't know, it's his new, I guess, new album that's going to be coming out in December.
Hmm.
It had something to do with that.
You don't get to just change your fucking name every time a new album
Snoop Dogg
comes out.
does.
Fucking bullshit. Snoopzilla.
Well, actually, you do if you can pay the court filing fees, and you have no contractual obligations. Because I know when athletes try to change their last names, they have to buy all their unsold jerseys and stuff. They have to buy that from the MLB or the NHL or the NFL, whatever.
Are there a lot of athletes that change their last names or
Yeah.
names?
Ron Artest changed his name to Meta World Peace.
Oh, that's right. That dude's a retard.
Chad Johnson was Chad Ochocinco.
Ochocinco. Feel bad for his kids.
It doesn't have to do, but there was a prospect on the Florida Marlins. His name was Chris Stanton, and he changed his name to Giancarlo Stanton or something like that.
Nothing as exciting as Snoopzilla.
No.
That sounds like a bad guy in a movie. Snoopzilla.
Yep. I want to cover this before we get out of the show. We're probably going to only last another 15 minutes or so. Last night I saw this. I was drinking. I was with my dad. We were having a few beers, and the World Series was on. Boston Red Sox, St. Louis Cardinals in Boston, and there's this new thing now where on every nationally televised game, especially the playoffs, the seventh inning stretch is replaced by somebody singing "God Bless America" on top of the national anthem at the beginning, the televised national anthem at the beginning of every game. Somebody sings "God Bless America" for some reason. Okay. Well, last night Fox trotted out some guy in Marine dress uniform, like the formal Marine, the black button-down thing, the white cap, all that shit. And Fox headed him up as Dan Clark, U.S. Marine Corps Sergeant. And then in parentheses or in brackets next to his name, retired. And he was in full dress. Well, it turns out that guy's not actually an officially retired Marine. He was in the Marines, and he left the Marines, and he's a state trooper in Massachusetts, but he's not a retired Marine sergeant or Marine guy, or a military retirement is an official classification. It is not just he was in the military and he left, and so now we consider him retired. It's an official classification, and what's more, you are only allowed to wear that uniform if you are not in the Marines, and if you've only had only if you are that official classification of retired. This guy sings God Bless America regularly at Fenway Park, but he does so in his Massachusetts State Trooper outfit. Fox put a costume on him. That Marine getup was a costume that he doesn't wear. It was bullshit. It's all bullshit. So
That's
there's
interesting that Fox did it.
Yeah.
Because they're so pro. I mean, Fox is a red station. They're primarily for military and their benefits and supporting them all the way. So to do something like that, which kind of insults those in service that did their time, seems a little contrarian. And they should have known they were going to catch shit for it.
Yeah.
Did they catch shit for it? I assume so.
Yeah, they should. They are. This Deadspin story. No, this Deadspin story only has 83,000 page views on it. I mean, it only went up today, but still. But this means that whole God Bless America, it's all bullshit. It's not about honoring the troops or the military service members. When Fox talks about the Armed Services Network and blah, 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 that's all bullshit. It's not about honoring them. It's about ingratiating themselves to you and being like, oh, they don't give a shit. They don't care about, quote, respecting or disrespecting. They just put an outfit on this guy. It said, go sing your little song so that fucking people can be America, I love dead people, blah, 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 and then get back in here because we got more shit to sell on our network. That's what, wow, that is foul. Because I'm done standing for the Pledge of, I read all the NSA stuff and the White House, headed by obviously Barack Obama, is fighting a lawsuit. That's somebody's trying to get a lawsuit before the Supreme Court challenging the NSA security programs, the spying programs, and the secret FISA courts and all that stuff. Somebody's trying to challenge that in Supreme Court. White House lawyers are arguing that the Supreme Court does not have the jurisdiction to rule on the NSA spying programs and the secret courts and all that stuff. So I mean I've been done standing for all this bullshit a long time ago. I heard that it was like I'm done, I'm not standing for the Pledge of Allegiance or the national anthem. I'm not taking my hat off. I'm not standing for God Bless America. Fuck you in the ass with a big rubber dick. No more. But this seals it. That's all bullshit.
Yeah.
It's just bullshit. It means nothing. It's meaningless. It's a show, a masquerade. Fuck it. I'm done.
Ratings.
That right? Look at how much they care about
network.
the troop. Oh god.
Ratings. Fuck them. I wouldn't do that stuff anyway. What's the point?
Yeah. And you know what? Fuck this guy. Fuck this Dan Clark.
He did it. Yeah, he should know better.
There's a reason that he's always doing it, wearing his trooper uniform, because he knows I'm not supposed to wear this dress. I'm not supposed to. But whatever.
Big enough check will skew your views.
Right? And so who are you, Mr. Care about the Marines, Sergeant Man? Look at me and your crisp salute after you sang God Bless America. Kiss my ass.
Pucker up.
Yeah, pucker up, Buttercup. So that pained my ass a little bit to see that, because I already dislike it, and then to find out that it's a bullshit network trick. It's just ugh. And the same thing, that the whole idea of Boston Strong. That's the attached to the Bruins hockey team after the Boston Marathon bombings. It's like that's.
Yeah.
I mean, how about you just care about the victims? People are like, oh, Boston Strong, Boston Strong. That's to sell you hockey. They don't care about. They're trying to sell you hockey under the guise of caring about these victims of this thing. And so if they get criticized or critiqued for it, it looks as though you're just attacking the victims. No. I care about the victims in my own way. Just stop trying to use that to sell me hockey. Bunch of dicks.
Marketing and ratings run everything.
I suppose.
That is the truth.
Well, welcome to the big boy world now, Chiz. You're welcome to it.
What are you talking
You're
about?
21 now. You're official.
Oh.
The next thing is renting a car without a credit card.
Without a credit card.
At 25.
Woo! And lower insurance rates. Just
Lower
4
insurance
more
rate, right?
years.
Accident free. You get lower insurance.
I haven't had an accident in over 2 years.
So
Yeah, go me.
go you.
It's all celebratory. Lower insurance, rent a car.
Yeah.
It's all downhill from here.
Well, you know what? It's perfect now because you've got the perfect mindset. Just go out and get drunk and forget all the things, all the bad things.
Fuck it.
Like, oh shit, I get to inherit this world where the government spies on me and then lies about it and then lies about lying about it. And
I can go to Chicago now and hang out with Lefty without being snuck in like a fucking baby.
Snuck in where? Where do you think? I don't go to like clubs or anything like that. Fuck that.
You go to the bar with your dad.
It's a
It's not like a bar.
It's not a bar. It's like a sports bar / restaurant thing. Katie was there drinking with us. I mean, she was there sitting.
Whoa,
she
wasn't.
wasn't. She
this
was.
place was in Canada at the time.
Right. She was sitting. She was sitting there while alcohol
Drinking
was
her
around.
glass of water.
Right. While my dad and I, both of legal drinking age, were consuming, and they didn't bat an eye at that.
Exactly.
So.
Exactly. Good.
I watched.
She
Brush that away.
supervised. She made sure that we didn't get out of control. She made sure that we were responsible and safe all the time.
She's like, you need to eat more. Why? Because I don't want you super fucked up.
That's exactly right.
Have some more.
Then
bar
she called a
nuts.
cab for us.
Before that, she was going to carry them on her back and walk back.
Yeah.
2 trips
Safety.
because carrying both of us at one time would be.
No, she could have done it.
That's ridiculous. So.
Now that's a picture.
Katie carrying me.
Both of you.
Katie, could you do that? You think you could carry me? If there was a
No.
fire and I was asleep.
If there was a fire, and I don't think so. If you were asleep, no, that's different than just carrying someone.
Well,
That's like a
adrenaline
dead
does
person.
things in muscles.
Is that an actual thing? Like how much
Yes.
of a performance
That's
increase is
what
adrenaline?
adrenaline is for.
Like 300 times.
It
your normal
heightens your
capabilities.
senses and your reaction time and your muscles.
But like what is the like if I can bench X under a proper adrenaline load, what can I bench and
I don't know, but I know
So-
people have been known to lift cars off of children.
yeah, but
That's like it's an actual thing.
but I mean, right, but how much of an actual thing is it? Because if there's a big enough lever, I can lift up a car normally. Give me a lever and I can move the world. That's the idea of leverage and using a lever, and I'm talking about rational because we see all the time. That big fat guy that lifted up that mini helicopter off of his friend, right? You see that all the time on World's Wildest Videos or whatever. Well, okay, I mean, yeah, he lifted a lot of weight, but how much? It's not like he lifted the helicopter up.
Right, he didn't bench a helicopter.
It was like, if it was pivoted right, if the fulcrum was in the right position, you can just tilt it.
Various levers and dollies to offset the weight.
Right. A bunch of...
I say we do this. Next time Katie comes visit,
We
I'm gonna
recreate
visit
the
Stage of
helicopter
Fire.
crash. Oh, Stage of
Oh,
Fire.
going there. Well, we could do both. We could have you asleep in a helicopter and set it on fire.
Oh, there you go. And
That's
Katie
not nice.
Katie has to move me or lift the helicopter. It's the
Or both.
perfect
So how
double.
mu-
It's like the double blind. She's going to have to choose one. She can't just.
How much do you care, Katie?
A lot.
You better hope that
I can do it.
adrenaline kicks in. You're fucked otherwise. Dialing 911 for doing this.
I lift 100-pound dogs at work all the time with no adrenaline going, so I got this.
Okay.
It's true, I do.
100-pound dog.
Yep. You gotta pick them up. Kind
Like
of
what,
like
a basset hound?
A basset hound, 100 pounds? No.
What kind of
100-pound
weighs
dog
100
is
pound?
like a large German Shepherd,
Oh.
very large lab. Basset hounds.
I could see that. My dogs are small and they're only 20 pounds. All right, let's do this. See how many dogs you can lift, and that'll be your limit. And don't, if people ask you what you're doing at work, just shoo them off.
But adrenaline wouldn't be involved though.
Just pretend like I'm on
We'll
fire.
we'll light the store
Store is
on
on
fire.
fire.
Light the store on fire.
No.
We're just gonna follow Katie around, lighting random fires on, just
Testing her
seeing how
adrenaline.
just seeing how she responds.
She'll
Like,
be
oh,
so
hi.
good. Anytime somebody sparks up a cigarette, she'll just be like 300 times her normal strength.
Mm-hmm.
She'll just be programmed.
Like,
Just
oh, how are you
associate
enjoying-
flame with adrenaline?
Right. I'm like, oh, how are you enjoying this trip to the mall? I'm going to add fire.
It's on fire. And guess what? All the elevators cables are broken.
Yeah. All right, so we'll end the show there. A shortened show. Happy birthday to Chiz. Thank you for coming out and holding what I'm going to have to assume is like a 150-degree phone.
It is so fucking hot. And the battery, it's plugged into my computer right now. The battery is draining quicker than the rate it's charging. So I've lost 17% battery while doing this.
Wow. So there you go. That shit gets hot. I want to thank everybody for coming out. Apologies for the shortened show, but we did the best we could. You know, a good solid around an hour and a half thereabouts.
Better next week.
Better next week, possibly. We're not sure. The
Maybe Halloween.
Halloween's.
Oh, that's right.
You gonna wear
Halloween.
costumes?
We'll see. I'm not sure.
Yes, I've decided.
Maybe I have parties to go to.
You fuck you. You have
Do you?
parties to go to.
Yeah. Dress up.
Where?
Going as a ninja. I'm just gonna show up to random Halloween parties.
I guess that's how you do. Just get into a random Halloween party. Just dress up as a fucking ninja.
Right? It's a license to go in disguised. That would be an awesome prank video. Just show up to a costume party I'm not invited to, in a costume like, hey, bro, what's up?
I'm sure
It's
that
like-
happens all the time.
And then light it
Yeah.
on fire and see how everybody reacts. That's my plan.
Now that would end poorly because those costumes are flammable.
No, I'm gonna get an actual ninja gi, and like,
You know, throw shurikens at people.
oh yeah, sharpen them, bitch.
Well, I'd hope so.
All right, thank you guys for joining. If you want to follow on Twitch, if you're watching right now, be sure to hit that follow button. You'll be notified every time I start live streaming, gaming live streams, as well as the brand new home. Well, not brand new, but new home of That's Not Why You Called Live Edition. If you're watching on YouTube, go ahead and hit that like button. I greatly appreciate it. It does help me out. Subscribe and add a favorite if you add this video as favorite, or just anything that's a favorite. I don't know, if you please. Thank you guys for joining. We hope